Hi, I'm Victoria with Amalfi Estates, and recently I had the amazing opportunity to help two really good friends through the escrow process in purchasing a home. And one of the benefits of doing a transaction with really good friends is that they were able to have this really open conversation with me about the process. And they communicated two of the things that were most surprising to them that I thought would be really valuable to share with anyone else who might be considering buying or selling a home in the near future. So the first thing that was somewhat surprising to them was the amount of time needed on their behalf throughout the transaction. And this is really correlated to the pace of the transaction, which is something I always talk about. So in the beginning, when you open escrow as both a buyer and a seller, there's a lot going on. I always say that this is a super busy time. You immediately hit the ground running. Your agent will be moving full steam ahead to get all your ducks in order, do all your due diligence, et cetera, et cetera. During this time, I would estimate at least probably an hour of extra work just regarding the transaction on your behalf. And this can be anything from reviewing documents and contracts to being on the phone with myself, your agent, or your lender, gathering information for them. So definitely plan on this being a time commitment that's not going to be throughout the whole transaction, but in the beginning, a fair amount of time. Luckily, once we get past that initial due diligence phase, there's a little bit of a lull. Your lender will then be moving full steam ahead on underwriting your loan and doing documentation and your appraisal. So unless you have to give them additional information that they're requesting, there's definitely like an eerie quietness that happens during this time. Things sort of settle down, you're not gonna have as much of a time commitment, and you're able to sort of refocus on other things. Then there's the last phase of the transaction. Things sort of start to pick up again, nowhere near the level that they were in the beginning, but you will definitely be on daily calls again with your lender, your agent, and your time commitment will definitely go up a little bit. The last 7 days of escrow are going to be pretty busy. If you're on the buy side, you're going to have to be wiring funds, reviewing your final loan docs, and sending documentation as needed. As a seller, you're getting your house ready to close and moving everything out. So the end of the transaction is also really busy. I always say it's kind of a roller coaster of starting busy, lulling out, and then ending on sort of a high. The most important thing is definitely just to know that this is a time commitment. You're making a major purchase, so it can get really hectic with work and everything else going on, but it's temporary, it's finite, and at the end, you will have either bought or sold a home, and it will be a very, very exciting time. My goal as your agent is always to make the process as smooth and efficient for you as possible. So I hope this was really valuable and good information to know up front. If you ever have any other questions about the process, please never hesitate to reach out to me for any reason. I will talk about the second most surprising thing about an escrow transaction in a couple weeks, so tune in.